The News Hour first.
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. The Raza Academy in Mumbai has been seeking a ban on the film made on the life of Prophet Muhammad. Now, this would not be out of the ordinary because, well, the Raza Academy is a fundamentalist organization. However, what is surprising is the way the Maharashtra government has reacted to this completely irrational demand. First, let me tell you the genesis of the problem. The Iranian film Muhammad the Messenger of God is set for a digital release in India on the 21st of this month. Everything was fine until the Raza Academy wrote to the Maharashtra government demanding a ban on the film. What's interesting though is the language used in that request. That language seems more like a threat. Basically, the Raza Academy seems to pass an ultimatum telling the government that either they ban the film for being hurtful or there could be unrest and law and order problems in the city. The sad thing though is that this unreasonable and irrational demand and this threat was immediately not just accepted but backed by the Aghadi government in Maharashtra. And the state's home minister no less wrote to the centre seeking that this ban be carried out. Ironically, the Maharashtra Home Minister's logic was that this film would lead to law and order problems. So here's what we should decipher. The Home Minister, in essence, instead of assuring us that he would not allow anyone to take the law in their hands, seems to bow before this threat by the Raza Academy. Makes one ask, why? Has appeasement trumped the very idea of free speech, and is the Aghadi government in Maharashtra catering to one constituency, everyone else be damned?
उस फिल्म में हमारे नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का बचपना बताया गया है, हज़रत आमिना को बताया गया है और तमाम दूसरे जो है सहाबे किराम उम्महातुल मोमिनीन को बताया गया है जो हमारे लिए नाकाबिल कबूल हैं, नाकाबिल बर्दाश्त हैं। मुसलमान सब कुछ गवारा कर सकता है, अपनी नबी की तौहीन बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकता है।
फिल्म जो रिलीज होने वाली है उसका डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे इसको ब्लॉक किया जाए, इस प्रकार की गुजारिश हमने की है ताकि रिलीजियस टेंशन या लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की परिस्थिति निर्माण ना हो।
अन्य वेब सीरीज जो हिंदुओं की श्रद्धा और आस्था को ठेस पहुंचाती है, उनकी भावनाओं को आहत करती है, महाराष्ट्र की सरकार उसके लिए आगे क्यों नहीं आई? यानी ये तो इनका दोहरा मापदंड हुआ।
You're watching the News Hour first. Debate number 3 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us on the debate, we have Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson of the BJP, Ashok Pandit, filmmaker, Shadab Chauhan, national spokesperson of the Peace Party, Dr. Taslim Ahmad Rahmani, president of the Muslim Political Council of India, and lawyer and political analyst Manasvi Thapar. I want to start by asking you, Shadab Chauhan, what is this threat that don't allow the movie to be released or there will be law and order problems? Why?
Actually, I think you have to know that we have Article 25, where every religion has right to practice their religion and to respect other religion also. And there is 153A. If someone tries to defame any religion, then...
How do you know this is defaming a religion, sir? How do you know this is defaming a religion?
Okay, I will explain. Please allow me to speak. I will definitely explain. In Islamic point of view, there is no picture of Prophet Muhammad, and we never compromise with Prophet Muhammad because we respect Prophet Muhammad as the ideal of humanity.
Mr. Shadab Chauhan, the maker of this film is a Muslim. All the actors are Muslims. The music composer is a Muslim, and he is one of the most respected Muslims of our country, A.R. Rahman. Are you suggesting you have some special knowledge about what is un-Islamic as compared to all of these people?
These kind of people who are making this kind of movies are not Muslim. Their names are Muslim.
Because of course A.R. Rahman needs your certificate on whether he is a Muslim or not.
It doesn't matter who is that. Doesn't matter who is that. If someone tries to show the picture of Prophet Muhammad, then it means he is not Muslim.
Ashok Pandit, this is amazing. So basically somebody who's gone and won laurels for our country somebody, the Iranian filmmaker who's won laurels for his country, is, according to Mr. Chauhan over here, not Muslim enough for him. Because he, of course, is the repository of all knowledge. And he is also the official certifying authority of Islam.
On behalf of Islamic point of view,
Arey
that's
bhai,
why I'm saying...
Who made you the arbiter and interpreter of the Islamic point of view? Which university did you go to and get a certificate on being the arbiter of the Islamic point of view?
No. I'm talking here on behalf of Article 25.
I would say perhaps Ashok Pandit also knows more about Islam than you. Who are you to decide who's a good Muslim or not, bhai?
We don't know that. No. I have no need to learn Islam from such kind of people who don't know the meaning of Islam even.
How do you know? How do you know that he doesn't know?
I know well. That's why I'm saying that showing picture of Prophet Muhammad is against Islam. That's why I'm saying that.
Mr. Chauhan, the kind of powers you possess, you need to be the supreme leader of Iran instead of Mr. Khomeini. Yes.
No, I'm proud to be leader of India, not to be Iran.
You are not leader of India. You are not leader of India. Don't have delusions of grandeur. You are not leader of India. Please.
No.
Ashok Pandit. Ashok Pandit.
First of all, let us understand the background of the people who have made this film. As you rightly said, it's Majid Majidi, who is one of the most renowned international filmmakers. And this film is an Iranian film. This film has been seen by Muslims in Iran. And they also are as Muslims as this person, a Muslim who's sitting on this show. Now, Majid Majidi knows what is all about. A.R. Rahman, as you rightly said, knows what Islam is all about. What I want to say, I don't want to get into that discussion or debate who's more knowledgeable about Islam or who's less knowledgeable about Islam. What I'm trying to say is that there is an organization who has a bad reputation, who goes to a government, approaches the government and says this film should be banned. Because the riots will happen and there will be discontent and there will be hue and cry in the state. Now, I want to ask one question to Mr. Anil Deshmukh ji, Honorable Home Minister, that has he seen the film? How has he come to a conclusion that this film is anti-Islam?
Yeah.
How has he come to a conclusion that whatever Raza Academy is telling them is right? And you immediately write a letter which is... You just keep quiet. Just don't keep quiet. I didn't interfere you when you were saying. Please have some courtesy when somebody else is saying. And I, as a filmmaker, I have full authority. I have a right to make a film as per the constitution, as per the law enforcing agencies in this country, as per the constitution.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good point. Manasvi Thapar, as somebody who supports the government of Maharashtra, you have one fundamentalist organization threatening violence and the government bows before it. Why?
This is a good step by the government. Why? I'll say, if you give me uninterrupted 30 seconds. Why? Because, see, this is not the time for us to have that firefighting with any organization or any community. As of now, the government's complete agency is busy with the COVID crisis. They are managing that. And if a particular community believes that this is a problematic movie and in the best interest of everyone, the Home Minister is asking it to be...
How, sir? This is blackmail. This is blackmail with the threat of violence, and the government is kowtowing to it.
If we have a potential disturbance which can be coming from the way of a community, or that community can be disturbed by this particular movie.
What is the definition of community being disturbed? Any Tom, Dick and Harry tomorrow, Rajiv Pandey will stand up and say, I am disturbed by X, I am disturbed by Y. अगर ये किया तो मैं जला दूंगा, अगर वो किया तो law and order हो जाएगा. Then to perpetually will be held hostage by some random loonies.
Fana was not released in Gujarat. They had a political ban.
That was terrible. It was terrible. Principally, if we are standing for the idea of free speech, it should apply to everyone, sir. So there are multiple pleas which have been made about content on online streaming platforms which are hurtful to Hindu feelings. But I principally think that people should decide what they want to watch, what they don't want to watch. If the government is intervening in this, government then should intervene in everything. Why is it that suddenly you are concerned about the feelings of a community?
Be it Padmavat, be it Fana,
nobody was.
Tanzania, be it so many.
Everyone opposed people who engaged in violence over Padmavat. Everyone opposed them. Rajiv Pandey. Anyone who engaged in violence over Padmavat was wrong. Period. And those people went to jail, by the way, as they should have.
Are you trying to say we should not have a certification authority? We should directly release it?
In this whole dispute. One is about the legal. Raja Academy is not an authority. It is not a censor board. Raja Academy is an organization who has threatened that it will be a religious tension and law and order situation. You can recollect that how for Rohingyas, what was happening in Myanmar, they created a riot in Azad Maidan, killed 2 people in police fighting, They outraged the modesty of the women constables. So that is, Raja Academy is threatening again to Mumbai and to the whole country that it will create a religious tension and law and order situation will arise. Who is Raja Academy? How they can threaten? That is the first aspect. Raja Academy is having a checkered history.
Mr. Shadab Chauhan here is a very good friend of Raza Academy.
Equality before law.
Mr. Shadab Chauhan is a very good friend of Raza Academy. He has friends there.
That's what I'm saying. Second point, legally, you cannot say that I will not ban a sacred game. You cannot say that I will ban Leela. And you will keep this. And third issue is the political issue. You know what Shiv Sena is doing today? I can understand Congress is a party for the Muslims.
You know, it's very interesting. Mr. Shadab Chauhan keeps bringing up the issue of Article 35. Sir, the freedom to practice your religion is not to stop others from making a movie. Please do not broaden this definition of freedom to practice your religion. What does the freedom to practice your religion, Ashok Pandit, have to do with, oh, I will practice my religion, but I won't allow you to make a film? This is the most bizarre definition of Article 35.
If you didn't understand Article 25, then I have to explain Article 25. Article 25 is that...
Just a second, Rajiv Pandey, let him have his say. Rajiv Pandey, let him have his say, because his perverted definition of Article 25 will become very apparent when he starts talking about it. Go on, Shadab Chauhan.
Allow me to. Article 25 states that each and every Indian has right to practice their religion, and in Islam there is no picture of Prophet Muhammad. They believe that there is no option of Prophet Muhammad.
The biggest point is that the people who are opposing this and supporting the ban are bringing Islam. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed that you are Muslim. That's not bringing Islam today. You know, are you bigger Muslim?
On any religion, no one can disrespect any religion in our country. That's why we are saying that.
Sir, just a second. Rajiv Pandey, just a second. Shadab Chauhan, again, please tell me, how is the freedom to practice your religion extended to stopping someone from making a movie? Explain your logic to me.
Okay.
And does your freedom to practice your religion subsume freedom of speech?
Padamja, allow me to speak. Please say to Rajiv, don't interfere. It's very clear. I'm saying that Article 25 says that freedom of religion to practice their religion. That second point, which is more important. Why I'm saying
go to the court. You can't threaten the country. You can't threaten the country.
Who are you to tell me what we have to do or what to do?
Go to the court.
People like you are hate Congress for this country.
You can't threaten
No certificate required for hate Congress like we do not need any kind of certificate from a company or any other.
Nobody is giving a certificate, sir. Nobody is giving a certificate. And here's the beauty, that you keep talking about Article 25 and very conveniently remain quiet on Article 19, which is the freedom of speech. What about the freedom of speech? What about creativity? And again, like Rajiv Pandey said, the real disappointment, Tasleem Ahmed Rahmani, is that you have an elected government, which is meant to be secular government, is kowtowing to this fringe. Why? Why is the government of Maharashtra kowtowing to this fringe organization?
Can I ask, just 30 seconds, can you give me? Tasleem Rahmani sahab, I have a question for you.
Padmaja,
can Raja Academy kind of organization take government to ransom? Who is Raja Academy to tell that there will be a law and order situation?
No, I will answer both. I will answer Padmaja and Rajiv both.
Are they threatening to the government? Are they talking about the waging war to the nation?
And since Rajiv Pandey, you're talking about the threat, let me read out some excerpts, some further excerpts for Mr. Rahmani from this letter. Ever since the news of the film's release, Mr. Rahmani, has been published, there has been an uproar in community. There are hundreds of calls to get the film banned as it is completely blasphemous. And then it says, sir, which I actually would have booked the Raza Academy for threatening and disturbing communal harmony. Mr. Rahmani, listen to what the letter says. A Muslim will die in honor than to see or hear even the slightest insult on the Prophet. What is this even supposed to mean? A Muslim will die in honor? What is the Raza Academy insinuating?
Will you allow me to speak?
Yes,
Will you allow me to speak? You are continuously only you are speaking. Will you allow me to speak? Give me a minute at least. I do not belong to Raza Academy. Neither I belong to the school of thought which Raza Academy represents. I do not belong both of them. I have seen the trailer of this film of Majid Majidi. I know what is there in that picture. There is no threat to Islam. There is no threat to Muslim by this film. I'm sure about it. This do not infringe any of the right provided by the Constitution of India to the Indian Muslim. Raza Academy did not issue any law and order threat to any government. This is what the Home Minister of Maharashtra has written to the central government, not the Raza Academy.
No, you are absolutely wrong. This, sir, is the letter that has been sent by the Raza Academy. This is the letter that has been sent by the Raza Academy. Please do not try and whitewash for them. First of all, I am glad that you've taken the stand that you have, but please don't try and whitewash what Raza Academy has done. Here is their letter to the Maharashtra government, and I'm quoting from this letter verbatim. I am not quoting from anywhere else, but from this letter which says, hence we earnestly request you to stop the distribution of this film and its release before it creates unrest and law and order problems in the country. This is what the letter is saying. Yes, Mr. Rahmani, go on.
But they did not pose any threat.
They
did not pose any threat. Anyway, whatever they have written.
This is a threat. When you say a Muslim will die in honor, rather than listen to any...
They should have a blind mind.
They are
Can
not...
a terrorist organization tomorrow say that I will create a law and order situation?
It's not that only you have the mind, others don't have any mind. Would you like to listen? What is my objection to the movie? What is my objection to the movie? Would you like to listen? Would you like to listen?
Who is having a
please let Padmaja ask the question. Let Padmaja ask the question, Rajiv Pandey. You are not supposed to ask the question. I have hundreds of questions I may ask you.
It is so sad, sir.
I am only confined to the subject of the day. I am only confined to the subject of the day. I am not going to the history. I know your history. I know you are vandalizing history. I am not going to the history. I know what RSS is doing in this country. So please don't push the matter to that topic.
It is done for
no, let me elaborate. Let me elaborate.
Sir, there is nothing to elaborate. I have shown you the proof. The proof is right there. But now I want to bring in Manasvi Thapar. I want to bring in Manasvi Thapar and Ashok Pandit again. And my simple question is, Ashok Pandit, do you find any sense in the argument being given that everyone is very preoccupied with COVID right now? So the Maharashtra government does not want other things on its plate. So they said, okay, let's ban the film. Because who knows, people are going to take umbrage to it.
Padmaja, it's a sheer responsibility of the government to take care of the law and order situation. It is a duty of the government. And any kind of threat or any kind of such, saying that, it will create unrest. There is no premise, issuing these kind of statements. इसका कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. आप किस बेसिस पे ये कह रहे हैं कि साहब इस फिल्म से अनरेस्ट क्रिएट होगा? हमारे अनफॉर्चुनेटली एज अ पर्सन फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री, nobody in the industry who normally talk about freedom of expression, who have stood by other people are talking about it. They are silent on this. Not single filmmaker, with due respect to Mr. Mahesh Bhatt or similar filmmakers who have, Anurag Kashyap and all these people, who have fought, and I fought with them for the freedom of expression. Since yesterday,
Ashok Pandit, if the government is not standing for freedom of expression, how can you expect film industry to stand? यहाँ तो खुद होम मिनिस्टर ही पलट गए.
No, but filmmakers have to stand up with the filmmaker. It's the duty of a filmmaker to protect the rights of a filmmaker, and that also of an international filmmaker like Majid Majidi, who is an international filmmaker. And Mehman, are these people?
There were filmmakers for Tipu. There were filmmakers then. Sir, you are being very selective.
How do you know that?
Sir,
how do you know that?
There were these filmmakers.
How do you know that you were there?
Padmavat release was postponed. Why did the Padmavat did not release on the same day when it was supposed to release? Why are names changed?
Uneducated person.
Sir, I am not telling you are uneducated, sir. You have no right to call me uneducated, sir. Why didn't you stand with Padmavati? Why did they have to change the name?
We stood for Padmavat. I am telling you, whether it comes to lipstick under my burqa, whether it comes to Parzania, whether it comes to Padmavat, we stood for freedom of expression for everyone, including, sir, when there were series which people opposed on the online streaming platforms. We said even there, let these series be released, let people decide what they want to watch. So please don't engage in this whataboutery. The point Ashok Pandit is making is, why is that free speech argument made only in that case?
He is being very selective. He did not stand up for Patna when it was not released in Gujarat. He did not stand up for Parzania when it was not released.
He's saying I stood up for Padmavat. How can you decide for him?
YouTube.
My single point is the freedom of speech and expression and the filmmaking process should be handled up parallelly in a better way.
Okay, wait a second. Let's just clear this. Ashok Pandit, you are being accused that you are selective. You didn't stand up for Parzania, you didn't stand up for Padmavat, you did not stand up for lipstick under my burqa. Ashok Pandit.
Illegal. You cannot take away my right to make a film the way I want to make. You are nobody. I have a right to make a film the way I want to.
So you have the right to make all kinds of films, or you don't have the right to hurt anyone's sentiments. If a community is telling that our sentiments are being hurt, it is the duty of the state to understand those sentiments and accordingly decide. So accordingly, they got a letter from an organization known as Raza Academy, and Raza Academy got some 100 calls according to their letter, and they said that the sentiments of Muslim community is being hurt.
So basically, Mr. Thapar,
how do you know the sentiment to be hurt?
No, even if they got 1 million calls, tomorrow 1 million people will start calling up another government and say, take sacred games off air, take some other thing which talks about Krishna Radha off air. Everything will go off air. Somebody will be perpetually upset. So all you need to do is to get the rule of the mob, Rajiv Pandey. If I have the mob on my side, the government will bend.
You are opposing the release of this film. Have they seen the film?
Certification board.
Raja
Rajivji, 1 minute.
Anybody from Raja Academy? Mr. Thapar, have you seen the film?
Rajivji.
Mr. Thapar, have you seen the film? You have just come on the channel. Do you know who is Majid Majidi? Do you know who are Rahman? And you are talking about Mr. Pandit. Mr. Pandit supported the release of Padmavat. You are not aware about anything. I am saying we cannot go back to Stone Age. We cannot go back to Stone Age. We have right to make. You cannot and Raja Academy.
Community as a whole. And by shouting anyone down,
who is Raja Academy? I am so glad. I get out to your channel.
Chief Minister question is where
Okay, Dr. Rahmani, do you also agree with this point of view that there was a large number of people who are feeling upset? So the government has to listen to and basically capitulate before this large number of people. What is the difference then between a mob justice and this? This is a mob censor.
No, this is not about mob justice. You see, Raza Academy, I said it at the outset, Raza Academy do represent one sect, I belong to another sect, but still I have an objection of this picture.
What sect?
And I have
Come to the point, sir.
basis of my objection, and that is for last 1400 years, nobody has seen the picture of the Prophet in any manner. Number one. Number two, there are narrations by so many historians and narrators about how the Prophet was looking, how the Prophet, and when we don't have any picture, now when even Prophet doesn't have a shadow. Prophet, Rajiv Pandey, just listen. Just listen. You are not all intelligent. You are just an ignorant person. You don't know anything.
Mr. Rahmani, you are saying it hasn't happened in your lifetime. It hasn't happened for centuries. Let me tell you that a special screening of the movie was done in Iran. This was chosen as the official Iranian entry for the Academy Awards. It has been screened all over. Are you saying today, sir, leave everything else aside, are you saying in front of the world, we are going to project India as an even more fundamentalist country than Iran? Is this what we are going to reduce our country to? That we are a banana republic where one mob gets together and says, oh, my feelings are going to be hurt, ye mat chalao. Kal ko some Rajputs or some fringe organization will stand up and say, I will not allow Padmavat. Then some other ex-organization will say, I don't like Y movie. Then we'll be perpetually offended. And we'll be one banana republic, and worse, we'll end up sounding even more fundamentalist than Iran. Is that what you think India is, Mr. Rahmani?
Even Iran has stopped its screening.
It hasn't.
I told you that
it
the
hasn't.
biggest seminary of the world.
I am telling you that Iran not only made this film, they actually sent it as their official entry to the Oscars. It hasn't. That is the problem.
Read it
Such
again.
ill-conceived, unread criticism and objection. You haven't watched the film, you are offended by it. You don't know that Iran has sent it to the Academy Awards, but you are saying Iran also did it, we will also do it.
I'm sorry to say, Padmaja.
At least read up about it, sir.
You don't know anything about Islam.
At least watch it before being offended.
You don't know the Islamic systems. That's why I said you go and read
Not there, Rahman. Taslim Rahmani sahab, can I say one line?
Jamia Azhar. They have objected to it. That is the largest seminary.
This is not
largest seminary of the world. They have objected to it.
Please don't bring laws.
Rajiv Pandey, let me complete.
Have you seen the Mughal Azam?
Have you seen the Mughal Azam?
Called 19.
No, tell me, Rajiv Pandey, have you seen the Mughal Azam?
Government has not done that. It is on the letter of the organization who has having a status.
Whenever we imagine the Badshah Akbar, we just think about the Prithvi Raj. That's why we are objecting to it. Prophet didn't have even a shadow. That's why we cannot accept any shadow or picture of the Prophet. That is the only objection.
Okay, Dr. Rahmani, I don't want to go back to the age of Akbar, because thankfully now we are a democracy and we have a democratically elected government and we are ruled by the constitution, not by some Islamic law. Just a second. What is your question? What is your question, Rajiv Pandey? And then I want to bring in Manasvi Thapar. Go on.
Simple. You know, we are governed by Constitution of India. There is a procedure to ban anything. They are in the habit of raising all these issues whenever there is any book or there is any
procedure.
I am saying I oppose all these things. When the CBFC gave certificate to Padmavat, everybody fallen in line.
You cannot bear.
You cannot bear Padmavat.
And you are ready to screen a picture.
Now what they are doing, they think that they will try to create a Sharia law. We are not here for Sharia law. Please, I request you. And this has nothing to do.
Should the government, even if they feared that this is going to be problematic, Manasvi Thapar, have simply told this organization, why don't you go to court? Let the court decide. You've got Mr. Chauhan here and Mr. Rahmani here saying this is against the constitution. Who interprets the constitution? Not the Raza Academy, not Anil Deshmukh. It is the court that interprets the constitution. So you should have told these fundamentalists, go to court, let the court decide. But it seems the question over here was about vote bank politics. It wasn't about whether their rights are threatened. It's simply vote bank politics. Manasvi Thapar.
If you say this is a vote bank politics, let it be. I don't want to get into it. See, Raza Academy had written a letter.
Sir, what else but vote bank politics? Let me tell you the reason why I say it's vote bank politics.
Okay.
You've got Agadi saying we'll give 5% Muslim quota in education, February 2020. Ashok Chavan says on camera that we joined the Agadi and allied with the Shiv Sena only after Muslims gave us permission. Then you have Uddhav Thackeray in January this year actually shared a stage with Moin Mia, who is accused in the Azad Maidan riots. He is a member of the Raza Academy. He is a riot accused, which is what makes one ask, is this nothing more than vote bank politics?
Okay. So you may feel this is a vote bank politics. I don't feel it because there is no near election coming up.
I am not feeling it, sir. I am showing you evidence.
Okay,
I am showing you a pattern. I don't do this show based on my feelings.
Okay,
I do
so
it based on
ahead,
facts.
Moving ahead, Raza Academy had written a letter to Anil Deshmukh. Anil Deshmukh had forwarded the same letter with his understanding to the central government. Let the central government decide if they feel there is nothing sentimental about it.
Sir, he has asked for a ban.
No communal.
That is the difference. He hasn't forwarded the letter. He has sought a ban, sir. As a home minister of a state, if he says that the centre should ban it, it is a formal request. He has not said let the centre decide. He's saying I want it banned.
So he has said block this on the digital platforms. He has written this. So let the central government decide. If the central government feels that there is nothing communal about it, they may not ban it. If the central government feels that the request of Anil Deshmukh is right, they may consider it. So
okay, final word, Ashok Pandit.
My only understanding is
it's an innocent forwarding of a letter apparently. Eight seconds. You've made your point. Final 30 seconds, Ashok Pandit. Yes.
Padmaja, with due respect to Manasvi, हैरानगी की बात यह है कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, मैं उनके बैकग्राउंड में नहीं जाना चाहता, उन्होंने एक धमकी भरा लेटर होम मिनिस्टर को लिखा कि दंगे हो जाएंगे, लोग मारे जाएंगे, हंगामा हो जाएगा, सब कुछ हो जाएगा. और हैरानगी की बात यह है कि हमारा होम मिनिस्टर उसी भाषा को रिपीट कर वो सेंटर को लिखता है. होम मिनिस्टर का काम यह है कि सर ये पॉसिबल नहीं है, आप कोर्ट जाइए. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को संभालने का हमारा काम है. How are you accepting the same logic and the same narrative of an organization?
And not just that, amplifying it and echoing it. You've had Mr. Deshmukh saying, and I'm going to end with this, I'm ending with the quote of the Maharashtra Home Minister. Imagine the Home Minister of a state is saying, Maulanas, Muslim Netas and the Raza Academy has warned the film could lead to religious tension. We don't want law and order situation to be affected. So I request the centre ban the film. A Home Minister conceding that this organization is threatening violence, and I'm sorry, I can't do much to control it, so we'd rather ban a film. What is the statement that is being made by this? Think about it. We're certainly hoping that the centre does not agree to this request, which is basically a veiled threat. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me on debate number 1.
The News Hour first. We'll be right back after the break.